Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to pull out my Fantom Thunder and my Dyson DC01. These vacuums have a lot of similarities that I wanted to go over. There's also quite a few differences, but they both have the Dyson dual cyclone. Fantom came to the US before Dyson came over here, so it was kind of like our version of the DC01, whereas then the DC01 was in the United Kingdom, and we didn't get any of the DC01s until the DC07 came out. That's when we started seeing Dyson over here. But you can see how the bins are a pretty similar size. On the Fantom, it comes off like this. The Dyson's a little bit different because the whole cyclone assembly swivels up with the bin, and then it pops off. You can see they're kind of a similar size, and where the cyclone dumps the fine dust is a little bit different, but same concept. One of the things that I think is better about the DC01 is that it has pre-motor filtration. So you get your electrostatic filter in there. The Fantom really didn't have any pre-motor filtration. There is a screen that the dust goes through, but it really doesn't filter out that much. So these vacuums did run into a lot of motor issues eventually. The bearings would get grit in them, and the fans would eventually get a buildup on them that would throw the motor off balance, and then you'd start having really loud screeching motor, and then it would just continue to do damage to the bearing over time. But there's that screen there. That's really the only pre-motor filter on the Fantom. And it's too bad because these Fantoms had really nice motors. It's a 2-stage, I believe, Amtech motor. So it's a really nice motor. Nice and quiet when they're running right. And then as far as post-motor filtration, the Fantom has the HEPA filter cartridge. That pulls out and is replaceable. But since it doesn't have the pre-motor filter, these do build up pretty fast with a lot of dust and even carpet fuzz, stuff like that. The Dyson post-motor filter is another electrostatic pad. And then I believe on some of the later DC01s, they had an option for a HEPA filter that would. They had a different filter cover, and a round HEPA filter was available on those models. Yeah, there's how that swivels up. Fantom doesn't do that. On the Fantom, it's just permanently attached in one place. Brush rolls are the brush roll in the Fantom, I think, does a better job of getting deep into the carpet. On the Dyson, it's just kind of soft brushes that are there's quite a bit of space between each one. It does an okay job, though. It's just not quite as good as, in my opinion, as what Fantom had on there. Yeah, Fantom just had some nice... They're a little bit stiffer than the Dyson. A little bit closer spacing on the bristles. Now, one major difference between these two is that on the Fantoms, they have the 3-position height adjustment, which can help if you have a tall carpet pile, whereas the Dyson just has the floating floor head. And on the bottom of the Fantom, there's some wheels that adjust up and down when you turn that knob to adjust the height. On the back of the vacuums, you can see the design's pretty similar on them. Dyson has a clean out port in the same general location as Fantom does. They both have a very similar hose configuration. And then they both have the quick release wand. And it's the same deal where you have to remove the cord. And then you can release the wand. And it's the same thing on both of them. Very similar. Where you can see how similar the metal wands are. Very similar design. Dyson has the clip built into the wand. Fantom has it designed so it's up there. Both of these vacuums also have the somewhat primitive onboard tool storage where if you're vacuuming, you know, stuff gets knocked off and you're constantly having to reach down and put your dusting brush back on. But another difference between these two is that the Fantom has headlight on it. Dyson doesn't. I don't think Dyson really used lights until some of the stick vacuums, like the Detect with the laser. And on the Fantom, quite often the headlights don't work anymore after a while because when you put it into carpet mode, it brings the nozzle down and that puts strain on the headlight harness. And over time, it'll end up breaking the wire. So I've repaired some of them before where I replaced the wiring loom on it. But it's just the type of thing it wears out fast on these for some reason. The design of it. It's like I think the wire was too short, so it puts a lot of tension on it. I appreciate you watching the video today. That's just some of the things I've noticed as I've had both these vacuums. They're pretty similar, but there are some differences. Drop a comment below if you've used both of these vacuums. I know it's pretty uncommon to have them in the same room. Not many people in the United States have a DC01, especially with the voltage difference. But I have that transformer that I can use to run it. It also runs on half speed if you just plug it directly into the wall outlet here, since we're on 110 voltage. But yeah, pretty cool early bagless vacuums. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.